Hi, this is Tom Zaidel. I'm here to talk to you today about breadboards. So breadboards are used to prototype electrical circuits, and you got one with your kit that looks a lot like this. Now, the way it works is it lets you make connections by plugging wires into these little holes that go all along its body. Now go ahead and take a quick look. You notice that there are these rails on either side, okay? They're marked plus or minus. All of these holes are actually connected to each other electrically, and so are all the plus ones, okay? And that's because they're like these little strips of metal underneath that connect the wires that are pushed down deep enough into the breadboard. Also, there are electrical connections made between every single column here, okay? So any wire that you put in here will be connected to a wire plugged into the same column. And then there's this big ravine or gap in the middle, and there's no connection between columns there. Okay, so that breaks the connection. That lets you put in integrated circuits like this one, where if you put in the chip, none of its leads are actually connected to each other. You just kind of put it in over the gap. Okay? So I have a few tools on the right-hand side of the screen that you may find very useful for the course. We have wire cutters, we've got some pliers, and then we have a wire stripper, okay? So in order to work with the breadboard, we have to use some wire. So common wire is 24 gauge wire. That's using the American wire gauge system. You may find 24 gauge wire has a diameter of 1/2 of a millimeter, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to I want to connect a couple of these columns on the breadboard with this wire. So I'll go ahead and cut a small length of wire here. And I want to make sure that I strip enough of the wire so I get a good amount of copper showing, okay? You want enough so that when you push the wire into the breadboard, you can still see maybe a little bit out of the top. That way you know you've gone all the way down into and are touching the metal on the bottom. Okay. Went ahead and I go ahead and strip to the ends of the wire. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect these two columns, column 15 and 20. And that's all there is to breadboarding. Let's go ahead and ask some questions about this.